Hello, creative friends. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are looking over all the things that I made last month. Now, when I say last month, I generally mean like in the last 30 to 40 days. I don't film these videos directly on or right on the first. Kind of usually do it about mid-month, but I have a pile of items that I made since I made the last video. And so I'll show you what I have in this pile today. Now, interestingly, I feel like my pile is really small, and that seems really strange to me because December Daily is so popular, and I do that in December and start that in November, and yet I felt like I should have more items here. I don't think I'm missing anything, but who knows? Could be in the wrong pile. And I did not finish December Daily. I just did a few pages, so that could be why. And December just feels busy, and so that could be why I'm thinking this way. But anyway, let's look over what I have here. I'm going to move this off to the side. For starters, okay, so spread number 1. This was for a simple scrapper design team. And if I remember correctly, the challenge was to do a simple, minimalist type layout. It was like use 5 products or less, something to that effect. I've also been wanting to stash bash my Ali Edwards kits. I want to make room in my stash and I want to use those up. So that was some motivation. I pulled this out. Actually, I think it's the Adventure Kit. I really went for pinks. I wanted some cards that had kind of a pink and gray. So first off, I started with this selfie of myself at my desk. I picked pink because, so I should back up a little bit. This story is about some coursework I was taking. I was taking some creative entrepreneurship classes through a program called Design Suite by Karina Gardner. I highly recommend it. It was, they were excellent classes, and it was really to teach those of us who would like to make money in a creative field. And so I was learning Illustrator classes, how to design SVG files, stickers, maybe eventually design scrapbooking collections, who knows? That's way down the road. However, I was taking these classes, I loved them, they were great. And so to print this off, it had a lot of pinks and grays. My sweater was gray, that's where I went with the pink and the gray palette. I believe these were from Ali Edwards' Adventure Story Kit. And then I used her chipboard, her cards, more chipboard. And then I wanted some more embellishing. I love flowers in any form. And so these 3 areas are Pink Fresh Studio, the washi tapes with the dies. And so if you've ever bought those before, you get like probably enough flowers in one roll to last your entire lifetime. And so I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to pull them out, cut up some, and put them on my spread. So I love this. It is really simple, but I think it's super pretty. And I like the story. And this will go in my All About Me album. Up next, we have a December Daily page. This one was day 23. I have some earlier days. I didn't do them in order. This is telling the story of a scrappy advent that I do with my friend. I have a friend that I kind of scrapbook with. She's the only person in my physical life that I know who scrapbooks. And we exchange a 12-day advent calendar, and we have a price point, and we buy little scrapbooking related trinkets, and we put them in little gift bags, and then we open them. It is the most fun thing ever. You can buy some pre-made type kits from companies, but we love doing this because, one, I like buying gifts for my friend, and then she likes buying gifts for me, and we get to pick things out, and we know each other so well, we know what scrapbooking items we each like. But anyway, I have a very small I have a small tree. I always put my Advent under that tree. I use the Ellie Studio Collection, Document December, and then this was in the paper pad, this kind of 12-day block, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh, Advent's 12 days, perfect. Or our Advent that we do is 12 days, and so I knew I could take little pictures and put them in there. So, and then I just embellished with some word phrase and puffy stickers from the Document December Ellie collection. Here is another December daily page, although out of order. It's day 5. This was documenting my holiday drink for the season. My drink this season, I got a tip off the internet, how to like do a lower calorie peppermint mocha. So it's peppermint mocha with almond milk, half the chocolate, half the syrup. And I should say it's a grande. That's important. I didn't write that down. It has to be a grande because with the grandes, they do 4 pumps of chocolate, 4 pumps of syrup normally, and so they can divide that in half really easy. I tried to do the tall peppermint mocha with half the chocolate and syrup, and that's 3 pumps each, and so dividing that in half is 1.5, and that was too confusing for them, so they couldn't do that. Anyway, so I used the Ellie Studio Document December collection again. These are from the November puffy stickers, and I pulled those out because they're coffee perfect. The paper is from the Document December. This die cut actually is a cut file from the Silhouette Shop, and I just did a to-go coffee cup, and then I used the papers from the collection to cut them out. I layered some die cut pieces, added some puffy stickers, and that is my coffee spread for the season. Now let me see. No, I was gonna do that. That was a to be continued page. Okay, this starts 2026, obviously, from the date. I was trying to think, it may have been the first page I did for the new year. So also Ellie Studio Collection. This is from the January release. I saw all these like 2026, new year, first photo in 2026, things like that. And I wanted to make sure to use them. If they sit in my stash too long, I will forget to use them, and years will go by and I'll go back and go, oh, what am I going to do with this 2026? I just moved those around because I noticed I'd put them in the wrong place. But what I had done for this one is I had taken a selfie of myself to kind of start off my spread for the 2026 year. And then this paper back here is stamping. I just uploaded a process video for this, so you can find that on my channel if you want to see that. But this is all days of the week stamping. Just try to kind of show this is an everyday spread. I wanted to put the days of the week behind there. My coat is a shade of purple. There were purple hearts in some of the cards and the stickers, so I used that as my accent color on this black and white spread. And then I just wrote a little note to myself about what I was hoping for in 2026, and how that's going to be a little bit different than 24, 25, hopefully, because there were some unexpected things that happened during that time. And I just love this. This also will go in my All About Me album. And I mentioned maybe in the process video for this spread that I don't actually do a new physical album each year. I just have an ongoing album and I just put pages in there. So this will be the breaking point or sort of the bookmark to where 2026 starts, but it won't necessarily be the physical first page in the album, and that's fine by me. And then so my next spread, I have that blank, and I'll start that with maybe next month I'll do something there. So now this is a traveler's notebook that I have done some pages in prior, but this last month I did this page. It was based off a sketch that we got from Simple Scrapper, and the sketch was a 12 by 12, and it had these blocks where you could put your pictures. And for some reason, the way the sketch was lined up, it just made me feel like a traveler's notebook. I could cut it down, the sketch down the middle, and I'd have my pictures on this side of the traveler's notebook, and then I could do decoration or journaling on this side. And so it reminded me to pull out some notebooks that I had not finished, and I ended up just documenting my favorite foods. They are not necessarily the healthiest in the world, but I went through my photo album or my camera roll looking for pictures of food that I had taken. And these are not necessarily within the last month or even the last year, but they are some of my favorites that I have taken over the course of the last couple of years. Let's see here. So this is a Journals for Life notebook. They are no longer in business, unfortunately. Some of these embellishments are also Journals for Life because it came with the kit. The stamping was from them as well. The washi tape was from them. This is an Allie Edwards. This is Allie Edwards. Yeah, so I mixed those two together. And then I just had pictures of coffee and chocolate. I love that. Carbs or bread, love it. There's a local pizza place that makes this. It's called Date Night Pizza because it's dates with balsamic vinegar. It is the best thing I've ever had. It's amazing. Gotta have my wine. And then I love apples. I love fried Brussels sprouts. So honestly, if I could just eat this every meal, every day for the rest of my life, I would be happy. So I just thought that was really fun. This is a stamp. These are stamps. That was a sticker. It's a clear sticker. And I just did that. It was just a fun little page. It's one of those things I like about Traveler's Notebooks is you can kind of have themes for the home notebook or just small little pages. I didn't need a whole 12 by 12 of just these pictures, but this was really fun to document and I love having it. So that was just from another year. Then let's see here. We've got some 12 by 12. I adore this page. I just love it so much. This was a challenge from Simple Scrapper, and the challenge was to use a bold element on your page. I used this cut file. Now this was a cut file that I designed as kind of part of the program, the design program I was telling you about at the beginning of this video. This is not up in my Etsy shop yet. That is my slowing down point, is actually getting things uploaded in a timely manner. But I love this. I used a Cartabella Christmas line. It's a floral Christmas line to back the large word. These are Altenew poinsettia stamps. And this I did as some die cut. I couldn't find some number stickers that were in the gold or the right color that I wanted. So I ended up using a die cut or like a metal die to cut out 2022. Don't remember the brand of that. And then these were also die cut floral, like greenery. And I'm trying to think, what was the manufacturer for this? It might have been Spellbinders, but I'm not totally sure. In fact, no, I know it is Spellbinders. I actually have it right over here. It was this Christmas cocktails, and this was one of the foliages I used, and this was the other one. So yes, loved that. That was fantastic. And I was really proud of myself for being able to pull something that is not necessarily designed to go with this poinsettia flower and being able to see that I can use these foliage pieces on any spread. I'm not very good about that. So that was really exciting for me. And then I put some enamel dots, gold enamel dots. And then I did all my photos in black and white, which I don't usually do, but there were so many bright colors, and the challenge was to make this your focal point. Plus the colors in our pajamas and stuff when we were opening presents that morning didn't necessarily match with the red from this particular collection. So if you're interested in this cut file, let me know and I will work faster on getting that up into my Etsy shop. but I love how that came out. Now we have, this also was from Simple Scrapper. So this was actually a digital template, or that's how it started. And what I did was design my spread in Photoshop, but I wanted physical elements on it. So then I printed off the pictures, or some of the pictures, put them in the squares, and then I used some older like Project Life cards that were in neutral colors because I knew there was a lot of colors in my photos. And then I went looking for puffy stickers that kind of went with the themes of each of the pictures. And if you saw my scrap room, you would not be surprised that I had no problem finding little puffy stickers that matched each theme. But this I love. So what it was a digital template designed to document your whole month. Like you just wanted one 12 by 12 spread for January. I had already documented that particular month when this came out. And so I wanted to do more of a year in review. So I have one picture from each month. I documented just in kind of a one sentence. January, I enrolled in school full time to work on a degree in graphic design. So I just had a picture of the school computer and put Monday because it sort of was school significant. This is not the same program I talked about at the beginning because this was a year prior. But then like my mom got a new dog, so I had a little dog puffy paw print, so it was perfect. And this was really fun. I love doing year in review pages, just one picture from each month to kind of give an overview of the big events that year. So this was really fun. At the same time, you could do this 100% digital, and that is how the template is set out. I just wanted to make it more interactive for myself because that made it more fun for me to put together. Now this, I believe, is our last spread in this video. This will be coming out this month. This is an Ellie Studio January product release. I haven't posted it on my Instagram yet, but there was a new die cut, or a metal die cut of these hearts. So I did a cascading heart decoration down my pocket page using cards from the kit, the like 4x6 tags that they have, and I cut different colors out of those. This was another metal die cut that I made a little decoration for, some stamping. This was a pre-made journal tag. I did some more stamping here, and this was just filling in a hole that I had in an older Project Life album. These kids are much older now. I think it's 2014. I don't tend to do things chronologically, so I have some gaps, and so I did that. But I thought that was really fun. I hadn't done that down a pocket page before, and I didn't have enough pictures to really fill it all in, and so I love how that came out. So that's all the spreads that I actually did this last month. But I was questioning, like, why was I so busy, or why did I feel so busy? And I also made these Advent bags. Now, these are different than the scrappy Advent ones I was talking about. These are for my kids. Now, my kids are 16 and 18. And so I have found getting pre-made Advent calendars for them are either too young, or they don't want 24 pairs of socks or 24 jars of jam or stuff like that. So I've had this idea for a while, and I finally did it. I got these bags off Amazon. If I can find them, I'll link them. They are, let's get a ruler out here. They are 4 by 6, but then once you pull the drawstring, it's about 5 inches of usable space, but 4 by 6 bag. And then I also designed the 1 through 24 with the holly berry. And then I made those into cut files, and then I cut those out. I ended up using Oracle 651 vinyl for these. My original plan was to do a heat press vinyl, but I did not have the red and the green in the heat press. So I used the 651, and I think it worked out great. I will be getting these up into my Etsy shop, hopefully, for sometime this year, so they're ready for next year. And I have a video that will go along with how the 651 worked. I am noticing that they're coming up a little bit. I might have to redo those in the future, but I'll probably use them for a few years, and then my kids will be on to something else by then. But anyway, I loved these. So I think this was part of the reason I was busier than without having a lot of scrapbook pages. So I made these 1 through 24. They don't appear to be in order. And then, but I made 2 sets of them because I have 2 kids. And then I ended up just going to like Walmart, stores like that, even just a grocery store. Like one day might have just 1 Lindt chocolate ball, something simple. But then, because my kids are getting older and they don't want that all the time, then every, I don't know, maybe 5 or 8 days, I'd have like a little gift card, maybe like a $10 Starbucks gift card, especially for my daughter that's in college. That was a big treat to go to Starbucks. But then if I had something big like a Starbucks card, the next day would just have like a small piece of chocolate. And so I mixed those things up. And then for her, I put in like an emery board one day and like a facial mask. And then for my son, I put in a protein bar one day. Anyway, so I just kind of mixed it up, and I had fun shopping for the items that go in the bag. And I think they had a lot of fun opening them. Anyway, so if you have any questions about this, I hope to get something uploaded soon about it, but feel free to leave me a comment below and I will get back to you sooner if you're interested in doing anything like that too. So this is what I made this month. I hope you guys were productive and got a few things made. I will hopefully see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. And if you subscribe, you'll get notifications when new videos come out. So have a great rest of your day, and hopefully you'll get some crafting in this weekend. Bye now.